Now, for anyone who's actually experienced a group interview before, you will understand that they can be very nerve-wracking, they can be a little bit intimidating, especially when you're seeing all the different people that you're going up against for the very same position. So you're probably wondering, why do companies do this? What's wrong with the one-to-one format for an interview? Why are they quite literally putting us against each other? Well, the simple truth is there is a method to this madness. Long story short, it's just way more convenient. I mean, if you think about it from an employer or an applicant's perspective, you're coming in for just one day, you're being assessed all at the same time, they can discuss amongst themselves all the stakeholders who are assessing you after you've done the interview, and it's all just done in one go, so you're not really having to come back for multiple interviews, which costs less money to both the employer and the applicant who may be travelling from different parts of the country. So long story short, it's just convenience. Now, a lot of people going to their first job interview will be a bag of nerves, but please do not panic. I've been in the position before when I went to my first group interview, I was the same. But the reason I'm making this video is to help put you at ease, make you feel comfortable in the kind of environment you'll be subjected to in the group interview, and most importantly, make sure you win the job offer over everyone else there and make you stand out the right way. Also, if you are new around here, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I really appreciate all the support that I've managed to get so far, and it does help push the channel out to new viewers as well. So thank you to everyone who subscribed so far, and thank you to everyone watching this video. Yes, you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the support so much. So, first things first, make sure you arrive at least 30 minutes before the interview scheduled time. Now, 30 minutes may seem like a long time to wait, but trust me, there's a ruddy good reason why I say this. Don't just be on time. Be there before the assigned time. Now, the reason I say this is because so many things can go wrong on a day where you need them to go right. For example, if you're driving to an interview, you could be stuck in a traffic jam. Roadworks could be going on. If you're traveling via public transport, buses may break down, train drivers may be on strike. So many things can go wrong. So you need to allow yourself time to figure out alternative ways to make sure you get to the interview on time. Not only that, but when you arrive to the place where the interview is being held, you also then allow yourself time to calm down, take a deep breath, just relax, and just go over any notes you have in your head. You're not stressing about getting to the interview on time because you're already there. And you have half an hour just to compose yourself. Make yourself stress-free, nerve-free, and get ready for the big interview. Because don't forget, it is going to be nerve-wracking initially. And you want to be as calm, as composed, and as poised as possible for any scenario. So trust me, being punctual, being early, will do you the world of good. You're also going to want to make sure you focus on the handshake that you're going to share with your interviewer. Now, I recognize this may seem a little bit ambiguous saying that on its own, but please allow me to elaborate because I can draw from some real world experience in saying this. It intertwines with body language and making a good first impression. When I went to a group interview and one of the assessors came into the room where all the applicants, including myself, were sitting down and proceeded to shake every applicant's hand, all the applicants remained sat down during the handshakes, so it looked a lot like this. Now, call me old-fashioned if you like, but it's very disrespectful not to stand up and shake someone's hand. Now, it wasn't necessarily a power play move, but it just shows a bit of class, it shows a bit of substance. And what happened during the rest of the day surprised me as much as anyone else, because the assessors kept on looking to me to answer the questions they were asking. They were paying more attention to me than most of the other candidates, and the day hadn't even started properly. Coincidence? A good handshake exhibits confidence in your abilities. When you exhibit confidence to an assessor, it's going to help you obtain the employment. So, pay attention to how you're giving a handshake. Now, this next one may put a lot of people off, but it's a truth of group interviews. They will involve group assessments. Your assessors may ask you to work with your rival candidates, X, Y, and Z, to produce a report, a presentation, an essay, anything that can be useful to the company. They're going to ask you to work with your rival candidates for the role to produce something useful. Now, this is a real-life work-related assessment, so you need to make sure that you impress your assessors in this particular task. Yes, work with your rival candidates to try and produce a result of substance, because of course that matters, the detail matters. But also make sure that your assessors go away remembering only you. They should have attention on you. They should be focused on you. They should just remember you, nobody else. So be a leader, not a follower. Get yourself in the center of the group, make yourself the center of attention, speak to everyone, look them directly in the eye, and let them know that everything's going to go through you, because the end result will need your final approval, because you're front and center. You're spearheading what everyone is saying to you and what they want to include in the presentation. You can then write down what we should talk about, what we shouldn't talk about. Lo and behold, you have control of the situation. It's very subtle detail, but making sure that everyone goes through you for your final approval on what we can talk about, what we shouldn't talk about, what's worth detailing, what's not worth detailing. You have ultimate control of what is going on. And that is what employers are looking for. They want to see who the leaders are, who the followers are, who the team players are. Be a leader and a team player. Try not to be a follower. Have that presence, command that charisma, be that guy. Basically, be the leader. This next one should be fairly obvious, but the number of people that neglect to do this in any great detail does infuriate me. And that is to research the company you're applying to. Companies want to know if you're the right candidate and the right fit for their environment. If you don't know anything about the company you've applied to, you don't know what industry they work in, you don't know what they specialize in, you don't know what projects they're getting involved with recently. If you don't know anything about the company, that's going to be a really bad reflection of your laziness to understand what the company actually does. And it just shows you can't be bothered. So research the company in great detail, understand what they're doing, understand what they're getting involved with. Because when they inevitably ask you the question, why do you want to work here? You should have some examples to hand to say, well, I noticed you got involved with X, Y, and Z charitable causes recently, or I noticed that you secured this business deal recently, and this sparks interest and intrigue to me. I would love to be a part of the team. That shows that you've done your research, you know what you're talking about, and you can see where you fit in the whole picture. Okay, it may also be a case of sucking up and kissing ass a little bit, but come on now, who doesn't love to be told how amazing they are? Long story short, do your research. Just taking a step back for a moment. When I spoke about the group assessments, you don't just want to big yourself up. You also want to make sure that you speak well of your colleagues. There is nothing more condescending than seeing someone go to an interview, try to control the entire situation, and then be a complete prick to his colleagues by saying, you shouldn't do this, do it my way. Nothing is more condescending than that. You don't just want to lead, you want to play a part. You want to be a team player. You want to make sure that your colleagues feel like they are coming on this journey of success with you. Now granted, you're all there competing for the same thing. You're not there to make friends. You don't just want to lead. You want to play a part. You want to be a team player. You want to make sure your colleagues feel valued and they're coming on this journey of success with you. Now granted, I recognize and understand that you're all there competing for the same thing, the job vacancy. But that doesn't give you an excuse to be a complete prick to the rest of your colleagues. The whole point of leadership is to big them up as well in the whole achievements. It is through your guidance and leadership that you were able to get the results, but it's also because of the hard work and dedication of your colleagues that you were able to produce the results. So, once you've delivered the report or the presentation to the assessors, make sure you get it on record just how thankful you are to each member of your team. And thank them individually in front of the assessors so it casts you and the team in a good light. But moreover, it shows your true quality as a leader. Alright, I want to speak briefly about appearance, okay? Because most people that I see at interviews nowadays, they're dressed like shit. There's kind of a minimum level of aesthetic professionalism that you've got to maintain across the majority of corporate companies. So try not to fall below that dress code, because if you do that, you're just setting yourself up to fail. Get yourself at least one decent suit. There's an important phrase, which I think you all need to know. Act as if. Do you know what that means? Act as if you're the president of the firm that you're going to apply for. Act as if you're the king of the world. Just act as if. And to act as if, you've got to at least look the part. So go get dressed. Last but not least, towards the end of your group interview, say thank you to your assessors. Whether you've been through hell and back or it's been complete mental torture, you want to make sure you leave with a good, lasting impression. So get up there, shake your assessor's hands and say, thank you so much for the opportunity, I really enjoyed today. And also, an hour after leaving the building, just send a follow-up thank you email to the assessors thanking them for the opportunity. It's not pivotal, but think about it, it can't hurt. It's just a really classy thing to do and a really great way to leave a good, strong, lasting impression to the assessors of who you are as a character and as a potential employee. So there you have it, guys. Those are my go-to tips on how to win every single group interview and stand out for all the right reasons. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, drop a comment, subscribe down below, and let me know if these tips work for you. If you end up getting the job of your dreams, just let me know. But until next time, guys, keep hustling, keep grinding, and I'll see you all real soon. Take care. Peace.